welcome back to my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe so you won't miss out of any of my coming tutorial. Today I'm going to introduce you to my sewing machine. I totally recommend this brand, and this made for any new beginner of sewing. I have been using it for a long time now, over 6 years, and I never complain about it. It's a great brand. They have a great support desk as well. They always there if you have some questions, if you have some issues, they can always get back to you. My sewing machine is it's brand SQ9130. I have the link in the description, so you can go check all the features and capabilities of this brand. I'll go through some of the features that I really like, and like basic features that get you started with this sewing machine. So once you turn your sewing machine on, you should be able to see 2 zeros. That's your first initial stitch. It's basically the basic stitch that you use for all or most of your projects. You can also adjust the length of the stitch. There are 2 buttons next to this LED screen, and so you can make it longer, like a bigger stitch, and also smaller stitch, and also the length between each stitch you can adjust it. So each of the stitches have a certain number, and that comes to play when you look at this chart right here. So this chart have all your stitches, and you can go by, let's say I want stitch number 02, so I have to just change my screen to 02, and I should get this stitch, and so forth. You have so many variety, and each stitch itself has also more options and varieties as well. Another feature of this sewing machine is letters as well. It's one of the good features that I really like. You can also sew some letters, and also more decorative stitch over here. This is more advanced. Once you start your project, you won't go directly to letters and whatnot if you'll be just sewing at very basic stuff first, right? So also right here you can adjust your speed. So if you want to go slow while you're sewing, for example, this is a piece of fabric, I want to go slow, so I'm gonna just show you here. So I'll start to sew. So now I'm going slow, and so if I speed it up a little bit, I can go a little bit faster. If I speed it more, it go more faster. If I speed it even more, it go way faster. So as a beginner, you always should stick to even the slow or on the medium speed. I always, although I've been sewing for a long time, I use medium speed. I like my project to come out nice and neat, so I go slow to give it that professional look. Also, this sewing machine comes with a automatic threading, not completely automatic, but you will be manually passing the thread, and you give it to a kind of an arm here, and it will thread it for you. So this is also a great feature for those like me who can't see very well, so you can thread your sewing machine. Another thing that you, as a beginner in sewing, you want to make sure every time you start your sewing, you want to do a backstitch. Backstitch is something like a very basic thing you always want to start with. So, and this is your button. First you put your needle down with this button, and then this is your backstitch. You always start your stitch with a backstitch, and you end your stitch with a backstitch. This is, you have to kind of get yourself into this habit that you always start with this and end with this. This is to raise your needle back up, and there is like a handle here to raise your presser foot. Another good feature that I really like about this sewing machine is that it comes with all sort of presser foot. It comes with button holes presser foot. It comes with zipper presser foot. It comes with a button installer presser foot. I have to show you this foot in a second. So here's some of the presser foots that comes with sewing machine once you purchase it. This is like the button holder presser foot, and you can adjust it to whatever size button you would like. This way, I can go into more details in a different tutorial, but today like a general overview about what we can do with this sewing machine. Also, this is for the buttons, like if you want sew a button into your project, this will you put the button below this presser foot and you sew into your garment. And also there is other foot that is used for decorative items, and this foot is the one I was telling you about, is a quilting foot. So basically what it does, it pushes the fabric. Once you start sewing, it moves itself. It just pushes the fabric by itself. That ease it into your sewing machine, so you don't have to push the fabric in. Once you push the fabric in, it will break your needle, so you don't want to do this, right? So another thing that comes with your sewing machine is also the zipper foot. The zipper foot is very handy when you come to install any zipper into your project. So it makes it very close to the zipper teeth, which give it a very professional look. So also, if you would look here, this is also where you put your matching thread, and you thread it through the directions they give you on your sewing machine. So if you want to do this, turn your, always before you move your sewing machine, you always want to make sure you turn it off. So here I will show you some direction. It shows you some direction if you wanted to thread your rubber, your poppin, sorry, in this area, and this is to direct you where to thread your sewing machine. So another thing is very handy about this is you can adjust your tension. So tension, you don't want to play with it all the time, you just want to leave it the way it is. I have been testing it and trying to change it from other setup to another setup. I came about that 4 is the best for all sort of fabric, and it really gives you a good tension with the threads with the bobbin. So again, if you like to purchase this sewing machine, I put the link in the description below. It is very good as a start. There's also an older brand that I also would recommend. It might be a little bit cheaper than this one, but again, I recommend any brand of browser as long as it's not as old as like 20 years old. But if you go back to 5 years old, it's still very good, or even 10. It's a very good brand. It's heavy duty. It can do vinyls, it can do leather if you would, but you would need to change your needle perhaps. So I hope you liked this tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe and leave your comment, share the video if you like. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.